Hey folks, how are we doing today? Hopefully everybody is doing well. Excuse me. Trying to get a few little things set up on my end, and we're going to get this stream going today. See if we can get this music volume turned down just a wee bit. Still want it playing, but I don't want it drowning me out. If the music's too loud, definitely let me know. Alrighty. Now let me pull up my chat so I can actually see you guys. There we go. Perfect. We're actually getting a stream going today. Man, I hate the other day that the stream didn't happen. I was really looking forward to it because I haven't streamed in a while. And then I had gotten up, woke up early that morning because my wife woke me up because I was snoring too loud, obviously. But the power had gone out. We're like, okay, great. Well, no worries about that. Of course, that meant the air wasn't on. The fan wasn't on. So we're all like throwing covers down on the floor and stuff because we're all getting hot now. But I ended up waking up about 7 o'clock that morning, ready to do the stream and everything, and I was coming in to get everything set up, turn my computer on and stuff. Hadn't even noticed that my modem was blinking, that telling me that the internet wasn't connected. We had power back on, and then I realized, oh shoot, I don't have any internet. Like, I got a stream starting in 2 hours. What the heck? But unfortunately, apparently there was something detrimental to the internet location here in town or whatever. It was out for like 18 hours. We went on the local Facebook page to try and figure out, if anybody knew what was really going on. I'd been trying to contact my internet provider all day, and all I can ever get is an automated thing or an AI app on the app or whatever. Could never talk to a human being, which was extremely frustrating. So unfortunately we had to cancel that, but I was able to do it today. So, which is great. Least we can get the stream going. Alrighty, let's see. Aritza, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Leslie, thank you for the super chat. I also got your super chat that you left on this stream that didn't happen the other day. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Dane, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Dana, thanks for joining us. Let's see. Dane, got to run. Okay. Well, hope to see you later, Dane. Dane, for the super chat, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Life can get in the way. Yeah, life does get in the way a little bit, Leslie. Aritza, let's see. You're listening, but you're being attacked on another game, but you like MD and would like to see what tips you can take to the village. Good. Well, that's what we hope to cover today. Now, I've done, as many of you probably know, I've done many tips, guides, and stuff over the last, 4 years? I've started covering this game, I believe the week it originally launched. Geez, what was that? Back in late 19? September of 19? I think that's what it was. Might have been 20. I've slept a little bit since then, so I might be off on that. Mel Reaver, thanks for joining us. Been playing MD for a very long time. Always have some good tips. Thank you. I appreciate that. And we're going to be covering a lot of tips. A lot of these you guys may know, but this is also, everybody knows that I kind of like to do content for everybody, but I like to keep my content geared more towards the newer player. That way the newer player has somebody that they can come in and they can turn on a video and they can watch me play the game. And as I play, I'm usually explaining a lot of the stuff that I do and how to do things. Sometimes brief, sometimes I get long-winded, but I try to keep my content geared more towards the beginner, with the potential for allowing veterans to learn something new as well that they may not have noticed or seen or whatever. Yes, Dana, it has been a long time. I appreciate you being here as well. Your internet was out for 4 days. Oh my goodness. I mean, I had as far as my personal use for internet, I had my cell phone, which still had cell service, so I could use my phone to, scroll Facebook and interact with people there and watch YouTube videos or Netflix or, get lost in a wormhole of shorts. Those shorts, oh my God. Where does the time go? You start watching them and it's just gone. And you're like, I didn't accomplish anything and I learned nothing, kind of a deal. Alrighty, so let's start. Can you guys hear the music okay? Is it too loud? Is it annoying? Do I need to turn it down or up? Let me know how the music is, because I don't want the music drowning me out today, but I definitely want it to be there. Hibiscus, love your videos. Well, I love you watching. Thank you. Lala, good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Alrighty, let's do this, and let's do, I've got to get this. I know you guys can see the stream thing or the Steam page on the stream, but I can't. I got to pull it up so I can see it. There we go. Alrighty, so we've got the new update that is going to be coming out for Crossplay. So the console players, you're finally getting the update. I know you guys have really been wanting this and asking for it for a long time. You've been frustrated. There's been a lot of back and forth with the PC players and the console players, about who wants what and when and where and what the roadmap is said and all of this good stuff. Not hearing much music, just some guy talking. Oh my gosh, that guy's got to be annoying. Let's see, I can turn the music up just a little bit. There we go. Turn it up just a hair. If you still can't hear it, let me know. I'll turn it up. It is meant to be just background music. We kind of need to hear that annoying guy every now and then. But I do need to turn it down on my end. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty, so we've got the new update coming up on Crossplay. It's supposed to be out the 27th, which I believe is Thursday, this coming Thursday. I don't know that they have actually stated what time it's going to drop, and I believe it's going to probably drop different times across the globe. So I would just say stay tuned to Steam or whatever platform you're getting the application on. But what's coming with the Crossplay update? So it looks like they're going to be introducing some new cinematic intros, showing player characters, how the player characters ended up in the Oxbow. Now, granted, for those of us that are already got the game, apparently we aren't going to be able to see that. But I'm assuming, now of course we all know what assume means, but I'm going to assume that if you start a brand new game, you probably are going to see this new cinematic, because the cinematic plays every time you start a brand new game, not a new save, a brand new game. So just start a brand new game. You can see the cinematics. You don't necessarily have to go to YouTube and watch it. However, I'm sure Toplitz and RenderCube would love you to go to their YouTube pages and watch these cinematics, because then obviously they get views as well. Let's see, we got a continuation of the storyline affecting the future of the Oxbow. That's good. People have been talking about that. There's a lot of people that have already kind of reached the end of the storyline so far, and we needed more. So it looks like we are getting more. Let's see. I can't see my chat. What did I do with it? There it is. Leslie, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thanks for all you do. I always appreciate your explanations and humor. Humor, yes. Explanations, sometimes too many. But Lala, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much. Let's see. So we are also going to be getting encounters with NPCs scattered around the map. Now, granted, we already kind of get the voice interactions, you know, as people are walking by when you're in the towns and stuff like that. I've definitely made comment about the volume of the surrounding NPCs. Now, granted, it's pretty dynamic, so if they're farther away from you, the voices are lower. If they're closer or right next to you, obviously the voice is louder. But I just have concern, like when I'm reading dialogue, which I read poorly almost all the time, I get distracted because I want to hear what the NPCs are saying, because usually it's something rather funny, for the most part. But I get distracted, especially if they're right next to me, and it almost sounds like they're yelling in my ear when they're talking, and I'm trying to read dialogue. But it looks like we're going to be getting encounters with NPCs scattered around the map. Now, what that means, I'm not exactly sure, so I'm curious to find out what that is. The ability to build modular bridges and platforms, which is absolutely kind of cool, because we've been seeing people who am I trying to think of? Rose. If you haven't seen her videos, to where she goes in and she just decorates a village to awesome standards. She does awesome work. I wish I had half the patience, or even a quarter of the patience that she's got to do the things that she does. But you see, and on Facebook and in the Discords and things like that, people sharing their pictures of them trying to build bridges across these little creeks and rivers and stuff like that with various materials. But there's no way currently in the game to where you can place like a modular bridge and build it like you can a house or a building. So it looks like we're going to be getting that in this new update as well. And I'm going to guess to say that it's going to be for both platforms. I hope so. They haven't specified that it wasn't going to be for both platforms. Let's see. We're going to get a new item, a hand lantern, to be crafted in the workshop. That's going to be cool. So instead of a torch, you can upgrade to a hand lantern. That'll be neat. Three bards visiting taverns on both maps. So that's going to be the Valley map, which is the original map, and the new Oxbow map. And playing new songs, which are also available on our YouTube channel. That's twice they've mentioned the YouTube channel. They kind of want you to go there and watch the videos. That way they can get the views. But it looks like we're going to have like a little concert venue, you know, to where we can go to a town and you can, I guess, sit and listen to the music that's in game. But it looks like there's going to be, I don't know if the music that the bards are going to be playing is going to be on the regular rotation of the soundtrack you hear while you're playing and roaming the game. It might only be that you have to go to the town to hear the new songs. I don't know. We're going to get 2 new emotes and a better sorted emote wheel. Now, granted, we don't know what emotes we're getting, and I never use emotes in pretty much any game I play. I just don't ever think to use them. Visual improvements to villages on the old map. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what that means or what improvements they could make, but that's good. It's been a little bit. I haven't been on the old map since the Oxbow dropped for PC. Improved production planning system, allowing to plan production for specific seasons. Oh no, that's going to be cool. That's going to be cool. So if you can actually plan different productions, so what I'm thinking about is you can plan to have multiple crops in one farming plot. So like you could have, you can make sure that your carrots are being planted, say, in the winter, and then maybe you can have your flax planted on that same field. After the carrots are harvested, you can have your flax planted in that same field without micromanaging it yourself. If that's what they're doing, that's going to be absolutely awesome, especially for somebody like me, because I can't stand to micromanage. That I just don't. It's not that I don't necessarily like it. It's usually I don't remember to do something. Let's see. Balance changes, bug fixes, optimization, and minor improvements. Okay, well, very good. And that is what's coming up for the Crossplay update on the 27th. Let's go. Let's turn that off. Alrighty. Now I need to open this. Put that over there. Perfect. Herbologist set and forget? Yeah. Absolutely. Seasonal planting would be cool. It took me a while to figure out how to manage my fields. Yeah, managing the fields can absolutely take a lot of time. And the more fields that you have to manage, the more time, obviously, it takes to do it. And it's not something that you can rush. Because the cast time for planting and harvesting and fertilizing, it's a timed thing. So if you try to rush it, you're either going to miss a plot and skip to the next one, and then you're going to have to back up and refertilize or fertilize the one. So it's constantly moving forward, and planting. Now, what you can do, and I don't have an empty plot, do I? I think I've already planted all of these. Now we're in, this is a copy of my season 7, which I'm currently playing through right now. So what we do today is not going to be reflected in the season 7. I've made a copy of this so we can do whatever in here and it doesn't affect my season playthrough. But everything is timed. So do I have a scythe? I do. Okay. It's number 6. So everything is timed. So I can't do another one until this action is through. Oh, look at there. At least I know that's going to happen when I get back in. But everything is timed and you can't cancel it either. So you can't rush planting. Planting is planting. It takes as long as it takes, unfortunately. Yes, Morio, plant rotation would absolutely be nice. And that's the one place that comes to mind when they talked about doing that option in the game. Alrighty, so what I'd like to do first, because the update is coming to console and to the console players and everything Thursday, I kind of want to go over some of the basics of when you first pull up the Oxbow. So the one thing that people are going to be interested in doing is playing games with each other, because we have that ability now. Granted, the PC players have been able to do that. My very first stream, I had a couple of folks joining me for my very first stream for season 7, which was really nice. Goldie was one of those. And we did that. So let me go back to the main menu. Actually, yeah, let's do this. So if you have a game, you can have people join that current game at some point today. So I've got notes and stuff up on my other screen here to kind of keep me in line on what I'm working on. So so after the stream is over, I'm going to go back through the stream, however long it is. I'm going to go back through the stream, and I'm going to put in the description of the stream video timestamps. So new people coming to the stream later on and watching the video after the stream is over, you will be able to go down in the description below and find what you're looking for. And there's going to be a timestamp associated with it. So you can just click that timestamp and go to that portion of the stream and hopefully get the tips that you're looking for. That way you don't have to watch a 2 or 3 hour stream to hopefully try and find the right section for the tip that you're looking for. So I will do that, and I will try and make that a little bit easier for people, but it might take a few hours because when the stream is over, YouTube processes the stream before I can do any adjustments like that. So I would say definitely give it 4 or 5 hours before you go looking for timestamps. But I definitely will be doing that today. Now, when you're wanting to have people join your stream, join your game, you can actually have people join the current game. You don't have to create a brand new game if you don't want to. What you can do is you can go in here and you can go to load game. Now, obviously I've got all kind of games in here. We're going to go to stream. So that's what I'm doing today. This is what I'm playing on today. And we're going to go to load stream, and we're going to go to yes. And then you have the option for solo or co-op. Now, obviously, if you're going to have people play with you, you can choose co-op. If you're playing solo, choose solo. It's not going to change the game except the availability to others. So you can go to co-op, and you're going to see that there's going to be a session code right here. Now, granted, you can show the code, you can copy the code, but the code's not going to be available until you're in the game. Now, you are the host of the game. This is not hosted on servers or anything. You host the game on your PC, and your friends that are joining you are going to be joining your game. So if you're not playing your game, they can't join it when you're gone. So it's not like a server like I've got a Valheim server, and it's up 24/7. And if you're interested in playing on that, the information is on my Discord page. That way you can get in and you can join that. Swing Boy and Lala are definitely on there. I think we got a few other people that are on there as well. It's been a little bit since I've been on, but it is available, to everybody. You just go and join the Discord. I believe it'll host up to 10 people at a time per session. So when somebody leaves, somebody can join, kind of a thing if it's full. But Medieval Dynasty is not supported in that way, so you can't host it on a third-party hosting site. You host it on your own computer. So if I had people joining me, they're joining me on my computer, basically. That way everybody understands that. But other players need this code to join the game. The code will be active once you start the game. So now we just click Start Game, and you're loading into your game. But now you have the availability. Valheim server fangirl checking in. I do. I need to log back on the server. I want to come and see, what all you guys have done. It's been a little bit since I've gone over there and checked out your little place. But once you get back into the game, you've loaded up your game and you've got it on co-op mode. Oh, apparently I didn't save while it was daylight. Let's go make it daylight. Run. Hit the bed. I can't see the bed. What? Come on. There we go. Let's make it daylight. There we go. Make it daylight. Now we can see. Now it's not dark out. But once you're in your co-op play, so you can see it's the same game. Nothing's changed. It took me back to my save point, which it was night when I saved. But then you can hit escape, and there's your session code right down there. It's going to show you your player slots. So you have 3 slots available to bring people in, and you can either copy the code or you can show the code. Now, I'm not going to show the code because we don't want everybody just trying to join my game right now. This is only for demonstration purposes. But you can copy the code, or if excuse me, you can show the code, you can text it to your friend, or you can message it to them, you know, via Discord or whatever, a DM, send them a tweet, or however you want to get the code to them. Chances are you guys are probably going to be on some kind of a talking platform, or you're going to be on the phone with each other, or you're just going to be in the same room. But you share that session code with them. Then, for them, once they have that session code, we are going to go back to the main menu again. They're going to load into the game, and they're going to click Join Game. And then they're going to put in that session code right there. Now you can see down here in the bottom, you can see show code or paste code. So if you copied a code, you can paste it in or whatever. And this is like if you copied it from somebody that sent you a DM or something. You can paste it in there, you click accept, and it's going to put you into their session. So that's how you get into each other's games. And you guys can join each other's games. So you can go back and forth or whatever, like, oh, well, tonight we're going to play on mine, tomorrow we'll play on yours, or here we'll play on ours, mine for an hour, and then we'll turn around, we'll play on yours for an hour or whatever. And you can have up to 3 people join you. All right, so we're going to go back to load game. I'm going to load back into here. I'm going to do solo and start the game. But that's how you get into the games. That's how you play co-op with each other. That's going to be some of the first questions that people have. Now, I don't play on controller. I use mouse and keyboard, so I don't know the controller commands. But the game is coming to PS4, PS5, and I believe Xbox. Oh, again, I didn't save after I slept, did I? No, I didn't. We're going to do that right now again. Sleep next day. Gaming with Nas and Goku is fun. Now Goku is my admin, my Discord admin and stuff. He's also a good friend of mine. We play mini games together. We play mini games separate, you know. But we're almost always in the Discord in the evening time. So if anybody wants to join and chat or whatever, feel free. He and I will almost always share whatever games we're playing. That way you have something to watch. You didn't load from autosave. No, I didn't. I did not load from autosave. So let's see here. F5 is your autosave. You can see there, quick save in the top left corner. And then I believe F9 is your reload. So you hit F9, you can see my game's pausing, and I'm going to reload from that point. Now that's on PC. Now what we can do is we can try and go in. I can try and see what the buttons are for controller for some of these, because I can see the controller options. Oh, so yeah, I haven't checked out Ashlands at all, Lala. I have not been in Valheim in quite some time. So we're going to have to take you up on that for sure. Alrighty, so if we go in here, we can go to settings. We can go to controls, and then you can see right here, controller type, they've got Xbox, PS5, and PS4. Now, I am not changing my controller type because I don't want to mess up anything here, but we can get back out of that. We can go to keybinds, and let's see, controller type. We can click that down there, and it changes to the controller. Now, I believe this was already on Xbox, is what the choice was. So you can actually see what the Xbox options are for their buttons and everything. So the game menu, or the little 3 lines, that would take you, that would be like your escape menu, this menu right here. Now, since we're in the settings, I might as well cover this as well. If we go to graphics, you have your graphic options right here. And I've covered this in a few different videos. I've covered this many times in playthroughs and stuff like that. So in the beginning of the game, if when you're walking around and you're picking up sticks and you're picking up stones and things like that, and you're like, man, I just can't find any. There's just not any around. Well, that's not the case. There's tons. There are tons of sticks, tons of stones just laying on the ground. Now, if you don't have the alternate view skill yet, then it's going to be harder for you to see those items, such as this rock that was sitting behind, the stone that was sitting right behind the St. John's wort. It was hard to see. Whoops. Wrong button. Now you can see it because it's highlighted, because I have a skill that allows me to use my Alt button as the, what is that? The Witcher vision or whatever you want to call it. Your X-ray vision. But until you have that option, what you can do is you can go into settings, go to graphics. You want to scroll down here to foliage. Chances are it's going to be whatever setting your system can handle. You want to take that and drop it all the way down to low. And when you accept changes, come back, you'll notice that there's practically no grass sticking up. Now, granted, there's going to be some to some extent, but you can see all the stones now. You can see the sticks on the ground. It just makes it so much easier to find those things when you're trying to build that first house, you're trying to get that resource storage up or whatever, and you don't have your little X-ray vision yet. You're also going to use this obviously to find items. So if you drop an item on the ground, let me see if I can let's drop this hammer real quick. X to drop it. You can see the hammer's on the ground. Now, if I had dropped an arrow or something, because I go and search for arrows, or after you shoot the arrows, you can find them. The alternate allows you to see the name of the item that you're looking for. Now, this does not work for the random loot items. So if you find a bandit camp, or you find one of those random loot locations along the side of the road, you can't use that alternate unless you've picked the item up and you've personally dropped it. That's the only time that you can actually use that to find the name of an item on the ground. So that is kind of unfortunate, but it's kind of good too, because then you could just literally run around and do this, and you could see, the different items on the ground and in the tents and stuff for those little bandit locations. Oh, what did I do now? Oh, I've unlocked the kitchen too. Oh, yay. Okay. Alrighty, so let me go back and let me turn my foliage back up. Textures, foliage, there it is. We're going to turn the foliage back up. I like mine on high, accept changes. Now, I've also covered this in the cave. But since we're talking about settings and graphics and stuff, if you're in the cave, because I know when I've played this, you're bringing your torch and you're running through the cave. It's dark. You can't see when you're mining and stuff like that. And then you forget to have extra torches. So you're in the cave. It's nice and dark. You can see some to some extent when it's daytime. When it's nighttime, it's like pitch black. You can't see anything. You're going to pull your torch out and you're going to start mining and you're going to listen to your music or whatever. And then all of a sudden your torch breaks, but you don't have another torch to replace it. And you're deep down into the mine. And if it's dark enough, you're going to have a hard time finding your way out. Now, granted, you can drop items. So if we'll just use our hammer as an example again. You can drop your hammer, or stone, I would say use stone, and then you can use your alternate and you can see the hammer and go, okay, I need to go this way. Oh, that is cool. I did not know that it highlights the stone. Oh, that is an awesome thing. See there? I've just learned something new. So that way you can actually find the ores in the dark. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Oh, but anyway, back to what I was saying. Having a hard time finding your way out. Go into the settings, go to graphics, go to brightness, turn it all the way up, go down to shadows and turn it off. Hit accept changes. Now you can see. I mean, it's like daylight. So you can actually do this. Now, granted, when it's dark, it's a tad darker, but you can still see. It's brighter than it was when we just, turned our torch off, put our torch back in our pocket. Let me pick that hammer up before I forget it. So if you're mining, now I'm not saying, now granted, I use this a lot because I will always forget to have extra torches in my pocket. Always. I've had several episodes to where I forgot to make a torch that broke 2 episodes earlier. So, so there's a lot of times that I am actually using this to my advantage. So I can go through and I can mine the cave and everything. And then I'm like, okay, I just got to remember to try and make a torch for my next video. That way I have it, because we end up getting into the evening time and my face is dark and I got to pull my torch out. That's usually when I remember I don't have one, because I'll hit that button and it doesn't pull my torch out. The ore highlighting cape a couple patches ago. Yeah, I haven't really stayed up on all of the patch notes. I will breeze over them sometimes. But a lot of times I like to just learn things, find things, allow you to tell me that something is new, and then I can go in and go, okay, that's cool. That way the community can share just as well as I can. I encourage that a lot, actually. Alrighty, let me go back in. Let me turn the settings back down. Graphics, shadows, we're going to turn those back to ultra, and we're going to turn the brightness back to 100 so it's normal, and accept changes. There we go, and we can come back out. But there's some little setting changes. They help quite a bit, especially in the beginning of the game. But even as far as I am in the game now, I still I love using the cave, turning the brightness up in the cave, because it's hard for me to identify the ores just by the torch light, because a lot of those ores with the torch light, it's kind of that amber color, and a lot of the ores look the same to me, just with my vision and stuff. So turning the brightness up and the shadows down definitely helps just for me. But you do what makes you feel comfortable with your game. Play the game how you like to play it. As long as it's not affecting other people, then it shouldn't matter. Yes, Leslie, we learn from each other. Leslie, thank you for renewing your membership. I greatly appreciate that. Alrighty, now, for whatever reason, I have covered up my notes. Alrighty, so what we're actually going to do is we are going to start a brand new game. Just real quick. So let me go back to the main menu. And we are going to new game. We're going to do the Oxbow. We're going to go solo. And I'm going to customize the game just a little bit, just to make things a little bit easier on myself for the stream. We're going to, do the unlimited HP and stamina and hunger and thirst, so I don't have to worry about that. The unlimited carry weight. That way I'm not needing to worry about any of that stuff. Excuse me. And then we are going to click start game. We'll get into here. We've got to go through first couple of quests, which should not take but just a few minutes. I'm not going to read dialogue and all of that because we don't need to. I'm literally going to just accept. Here we go, and we start out. Let me get into third person since that's what I like to play. And we need to find, what is that? Is that a one? Come on, jump. Jump. We're literally going to go through here. We're going to click 1 and get all through all of that. Yep. And we're going to go and do the list of exercises. Now over here, once you've talked to Sedwin, there is a book of knowledge right here on the table. Now this book of knowledge, you have this with you throughout the game. And it's this knowledge tab right here on the end. And I know that there's probably a lot of people that may not even know that tab exists and may not have even used it. So I highly recommend going through. If you have a question about anything in the game, go click that knowledge tab and just run through here. And they have actually done a really good job of adding tips into the game now. And as you've seen, even with, you know, little videos and stuff to give you a brief description of what you're doing. So even fast travel, they got that down there. Talks about your fields and stuff and how to use, you know, to grub and sprinkle fertilizer and plow. And they very brief descriptions. Now, granted, there's videos, myself and others have videos out on YouTube that go in greater depth on how to do these things as well. But the game does a pretty good job of utilizing their knowledge tab and trying to give the player a heads up on what to do. Because you're going to have questions. Absolutely. Now, the Facebook pages are great as well. So if you haven't joined those Facebook groups, definitely do so. Pick up that list of exercises there. Now, we've got to get stone. Now, when you're picking up stone and things on this first quest, you want to make sure that you don't pick up stolen items or don't steal the items. If it has a red steal, don't pick it up. It's going to ruin your reputation for the game, and then it's harder to build reputation back up in the game. So don't just blindly go around and hit E to pick up sticks and stones. Make sure that you're reading what you're picking up. Come on, stone. Stone. Okay. Now, you can also go back here and open this chest, and you're going to see that there's a few things. So you can actually grab those sticks out of there for the sticks that you're needing. You can also grab the logs out of there. You're going to need those. You need the straw. Just grab all of those things out of there. And we still need, what, 5 more stone. Let me grab these stones. Stone, 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 stone. 2 more stone. There's 2 over here. 2 over here. Now we got to create a knife. We're going to hit the Q. We're going to go over to the wheel, and we're going to scroll over here to the knife. We got to make a torch. We got to make a spear. Again, we're going to do that. Go over here. We're going to make a torch. Get that done. We're going to make a spear. We're going to open that up. We're going to make a spear. Perfect. Did the spear go into a slot? No, the knife went into a slot. Let's bring that knife, put the knife in 8 for right now. Where'd that spear go? Wooden spear, we'll put the spear in 1. Let's equip the spear, and we're going to throw it at the target. And we're going to pick the spear back up. We're going to skin the chicken. Come on, there we go. Good job. And we're going to come back in here. We're going to get the campfire lit. Light the campfire. And we're going to roast all of that. Get that all done. Did I turn on fast crafting? No. We have to change that. I tell you what, since we have fast crafting, man, I tell you what, life is so much better in the Dynasty. Holy cow. Okay, let me go into here. Let's go into custom game. So this is actually good. While you have your game up, I always recommend saving the game frequently, and you can do so with F5, and then you can reload if you have to with F9 on keyboard. Now, I don't know what the controls are for save and reload on the console. If you are a console player and you're in the stream, feel free to leave a comment for others, you know, that may need that quick reference. But we are going to go in. Let me save this game real quick. We're just saving it empty, and we're just going to name it that, whatever, and enter. That way I've got a save for this. Then I need to go back in, go to customize game, so you can customize your game to some extent while you're in the game. And I can go down here and I can click fast crafting and fast building. Now you can see down here at the bottom, these are the things that apply after season change. So you can change these, but these effects won't go into effect until after the season changes. Now, there is a way around this slightly. You can change your days to 1 if you want to, but you still got to go 3 days regardless before that even changes. So unfortunately, you can't change the days of the season while you're playing and have it take effect right away. But anyway, I wanted to turn on fast crafting, fast building. We're going to accept those changes and we're going to get back out of here. Now, the first thing, fish. Now we have 50 coins on us. Now, granted, I've got infinity weight, but you're going to come in and you're only going to have 35 kilograms of weight when you first come in the game, unless you've got infinity weight turned on, which I do. So fish is going to be a good way to make money in the game. However, we still need to talk to Sedwin. I haven't gone far enough yet. Where's Sedwin yet? Jumped ahead. Excuse me. Sedwin, I'm done. Yep. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now we're going to talk to Mirror God. Where's he at? Mr. Mirror God. You run over here and talk to him real quick. You need to finish these first quests, and then you're going to get some free gear. Where's he at? Oh, he's on the... Dang it, he's on the Palisades up there. Oop, cut through the bar. Excuse me. Coming through. Holy cow. Run, 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 run. Go, go, go. Fast crafting is king. Absolutely. Good day. Not my fault. You have to do what you do. Piece of cake. Don't worry. Will do. Sure thing. Thanks, sir. Perfect. Shortcut. And we got to talk to Derwin. Where's Derwin? Oh, he's back over here. He's going to be behind the tavern. Yes? No? Maybe? Nope, he's in the tavern. A little early to be getting a beer.
The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.
The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. Okay. Great advice. Okay, so now keep an eye on the situation in the Oxbow. So after you talk with him and you get to this point, you can come back over here and look at there. There's all kinds of crap in that box. So you can pick out things out of here that you need. Now, you can also, you notice you still have a little bit of weight. You can put stuff in this box. This box is available to you forever. It doesn't go away. It doesn't stop letting you put things in it, but it does have a limit of 50 kilograms. Now, you're going to have, the bow that you're going to want to take the bow, and then obviously you're going to want to take the arrows with you. That way you've got, some type of weapon that you can use if you need to, take the axe or the hammer, because you're going to be building stuff. Now, granted, there's 2 copper hammers right here. But you can also sell these items to give you some extra coin in the beginning of the game. You don't have to keep these items. That's not a must. You can craft a wooden hammer in your pocket. You can craft a wooden hoe in your pocket. You can craft a stone knife in your pocket. You can craft a wooden shovel in your pocket. You can craft the axe in your pocket, stone axe. So it's not like you can't play the game, and it even gives you 3 stone axes right here. Stone spears, you get 2 torches, you get 2 wooden hammers right down here at the bottom. So I would suggest selling some of these items. Now the hoe, maybe keep the hoe. Copper hoe is definitely better than a wooden hoe for sure. And that way you can get your crops going really early in the game. But you can sell some of these items. Keep the healing potion. Absolutely keep the healing potion. Temperature, I would probably sell it because I don't use them. The simple bag, you can sell it. It's not terrible. But you can get leather to make a simple bag, again, in your pocket by hunting. So it's really not that hard. But the copper items, all but the hoe, I would probably say sell. That way you have some extra coins to, get you started and everything. Then, before we get on to the fish, I am going to show you one thing. And what we're going to do is we're going to travel outside of Pastovia. Now make sure you have your weapons, you know, with you and stuff. And we are actually going to be going right about here. We're going to go to the swamp. Catherine, good to see you. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. You guys are awesome today. So what we're going to do is we're going to run down the road here and go to the swamp area. Now it's going to take a minute for us to get there. You got the recruitment center there. Now granted, very beginning of the game, you're really not recruiting anybody. Now if you are, once you are getting to where you want to recruit, you want to make sure that you have a house for your villager. You need to have a workstation for your villager. You need to have the resource storage. You need to have the food storage. Because your villager is going to pull food from the food storage, food and water, and they're going to need a place to work. They're going to need a house to live in, and the resource storage so they can grab whatever tools that they need easily. If you don't have those items, then you're probably going to struggle if you get your villager too early. Catherine, I do appreciate that. Absolutely. Now, don't worry about the moose. Even though they're on the loose, they're not going to attack. Now, we're going to run over to this little house right over here. Now, I wanted to show this on stream. That way, everybody knew. Matter of fact, I think that what I'm fixing to show you is actually still in my Season 7 game. Because I didn't know about it when I first started. Now, we're going to run all the way through here. And we're going to go to the other side of this hut directly in front of us. Keep going. We're going to jump the rail. And if you look just under there where my cursor is, there's something under there. Now we got to crouch to get under there. Can I go straight under? Yes, I can. Let me go into first person. There is a simple large backpack laying right there on the ground. You do not have to buy a simple large backpack. Now the pouch, the large pouch, yeah, you probably should. I don't know of a location just yet that there is a pouch available in the Oxbow. But you can actually take that simple large backpack, you can pick that up. There's also a bag of coins. Now I don't know if it's going to be 53 coins every time. I think the coin amount is going to change. Spell check. I knew what you meant, Catherine. I struggle with spell check all the time on my phone. All the time. But anyway, there's a pouch of coins and a simple large backpack, which is the largest backpack you can get in the game right now. And then you can put that on, and it's going to add, what is that, 20 kilograms? Is that right? Yes, it's going to add 20 kilogram weight limit. So you start out with 35, you're going to go up to 55 right away. Then you can run back into town. If you wanted to sell some of those copper items, you could, and get you a large pouch, which is going to also increase your carry capacity by another 10 kilograms. Now, once you have your pouches taken care of, you can run back into Pastovia, and you can actually start making money. Now, this pathway, if you have bandits turned on, there is a chance that you could run into bandits. There's a chance that you could run into wolf. So typically staying on the road keeps you safe from both of those things for a bit until you start getting farther into the map and stuff. Yes. Yeah. Crazy, right? Large backpack right at the beginning. There's a few different locations that have some stationary items that you can almost always get on day one. Now I will show you one other. Matter of fact, let's see. Are there bandits over here? So in this little house here, actually that's like the barn. Yep, there's a bandit. All right. Did I equip anything? A spear? Okay. Now, granted, I have full health. I've got all of my stuff on, so these guys aren't going to hurt. So let's just dispatch. Okay, broke my stick. Oh, look, I'm invincible. Hey, punch. Thank you. This is taking too long. I should have had another weapon handy. Thank you. Do I have another weapon handy? Let's do that. Let's get a... There we go. Okay. All right. Are there going to be more? So sometimes, obviously, you're going to have to deal with bandits here. Is there any more coming after me? No, those are deer over there. Okay. So, oh, nope, there's a guy in the building. I heard his arrow. Yep, he's over there in the corner. Hi there. Oh. Hey, bud. Here, look at this. Play catch. Oh. Does that hurt? I know. Doesn't hurt me. It's my knife. 8. I got one. Thank you. Okay. Do I get my arrows back? Eh. Okay. And then we're going to have... That's the last guy. Okay. Ah, dang it. So rude. Trying to do a video here. All right. Now, if you go down here in the basement behind this house, there's going to be a bronze shovel in here. And then there's going to also be a bronze pickaxe on the floor. Let me go into first person. Bronze pickaxe on the floor with some various items that you can pick up. Now, some of the items that you're going to find at this location are going to be here because the bandits are here. But this bronze shovel, this bronze pickaxe are always going to be here. Always, always, always. Now, you can also have this bundle. This bundle is always going to be here with a golden ring. This is always going to be here, regardless of whether the bandits are here or not. Unless the devs decide they want to remove these. Now, any of this stuff that I'm telling you today can always change, depending on the devs. But it has been here since the beginning of Oxbow. So, go get your backpack. Come over here. Try to disperse the bandits if they're here. Get your bronze tools. Now, granted, there's some random items in this building as well, just not of substantial significance. But get your bronze tools, the shovel, the pickaxe. Make sure to check the windowsills of houses like this, because a lot of times you'll find coin pouches. And you could actually go around and rack up pretty good just by doing that. Don't tell them that. Trust me, they know. They're the ones that put them there. Sorry, I had to take my hand off the mouse. I had to get a drink. Still working on some coffee. Alrighty, so now once we're back in Pastovia, and again, I've been over a lot of this stuff in a few of my videos. I've put out some guides and stuff on this. But if you come to this guy here, Posnamir in Pastovia, you go to show me your wares. Now, we have 103 coins on us, but you're only going to start with 50 coins unless you start selling items out of that first chest. But you want to visit this guy here, and you want to scroll all the way down, and you want to buy his fish. Now, he's going to have roach. Now, typically you're going to start with the roach because it's the cheapest. You're going to buy all of his roach. Can we buy all of his roach? Yes, we can. So it's taking 99 coins to buy all of his roach, 22 roach. Oh, he's got 5 left. Okay, almost all. You can take that, and you're going to go back over here to the sick house. This is what they call the sick house, is your starter house. Now, granted, you can use the beds and stuff in here as well. You can use the campfire. You don't have to build a house the first day. You can use this. We're going to go in here, and we're going to craft the roach. And it's going to be a 1-to-1 on the roach, and it's going to craft it into fish meat. hit R, hit F, whatever it is on console. You console players will have to tell you that because I don't know. But you're going to roast all of that up. And now that we have fast crafting on, hopefully, then we're going to go back and we're going to sell him all of that roasted fish meat. Now we had 109 coins to start with. Let's run back to him. And where'd he go? Where'd he go? Here he is, over here.
Hello there.
Show me your wares. We're going to click the little apple and chicken leg. We're going to go down to roasted fish meat. We're going to sell that for 209. So we've almost doubled our money right there. We got 213 coins. And then we're going to go back down and we're going to continue this process buying his fish. Don't buy the fish meat from him. Just buy the actual fish. So we're going to buy the roach, those last 5, and then you're going to move on and you're going to buy the pike. You can see it's 24 coins. It's the next cheapest. We'll buy as many as we can from him. We were able to buy 7 with that. And then you're going to go back and you're going to go cook that up and turn it into roasted fish meat. Let's go back into here. Hit that. Now, you can see here the roach. You can see it right in the center of the screen. It says resources roach 1. That's a 1-to-1. Now, if we go up here to the pike, 1 pike is going to give you 7 roasted fish meat instead of the roach giving you 1. Now we're going to go through, we're going to finish cooking up the 5 roach, and then we'll cook up those 7 pike. We'll go back. We're going to buy up as many pike as we can from him. Cook up those 7 real quick. Now, I do have another video out to where I explain this as well. I even explained it during one of my season 7 episodes. All right, let's get out of there. Let's go back. Let's see how much we make. And we're still on day 1. Sun's still up for a little bit. Nope, you're not who I need to talk to. There he is. Come back over here and click the apple chicken leg. We got 54 roasted fish meat. We're going to sell for 513 coins. We're up to 535 now. We started with 50 coins. Keep going down. Can we buy, how much pike can we buy? We can buy all 17 of the pike that he's got left. And then we're going to move up to the perch and we can buy 4 of those.
Only the best good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And we're going to go right back in here and we're going to roast that up. Excuse me, sir. You're in the way. Oh, we got to light the campfire because it went out. Alrighty, so the pike is going to give us 7 roasted fish meat, and now we've got a little perch on us. So the perch is going to give us 4 roasted fish meat. So let's go ahead and finish cooking those up. Now, yes, we're not going to get as much money out of the perch because it's giving us less. And let's go ahead and cook this up. Cora, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Can't stay long, going on vacation. Well, don't let us stop you. I appreciate you stopping by. And Cora, thank you very much. I noticed the other day you gave me a super chat, even though my stream did not happen. I'm absolutely appreciative of that. Thank you very much. Alrighty, so we're going to go back over here to Pastovia. We're going to sell up the roasted fish meat. Now we have 135 roasted fish meat for 1,282 coins. Bam, look at there. 1,284 coins. We started with 50. We're going to scroll down because he's got a little bit of perch left, 23 to be exact, and we're going to buy all of those.
Only the best. Have a nice day.
Yes, only the best products, and have a nice day. Thank you. I wish they would put chicken leg in the game. Yeah, they have the symbol. They do have the symbol. And then we're going to cook this up. Now, you can do this same trick on the valley map. I have tested it. So on the valley map, yay, and it also gets your survival skill up. So that's good too. But on the valley map, you can only do it in Jezreka because that's where the fishing hut is. All right, let's go into here. Let's go to that. Go to roasted fish meat. We got 92 that we're going to sell back to him. Now we're up to 1,433.5 coins. We started with 50. Now,
Best goods in the realm.
if you take that and you sell some of those copper tools that are in that chest over there, you're starting out with over 2,000 coins easily. Then you can come over here to this lady in the blue, the little blue tent here. You actually talk to this lady, and you can actually scroll down, and you can find the large pouch, and you can buy the large pouch for 615 coin. Then you have all of you have your weight limit maxed out on day one. And then you're ready to go. And then it's just a matter of getting your skills up. So if we go into skills, you want to get, where's it at? Mule. You're wanting to get to Mule underneath the extraction. And Mule is going to, if you max it out 3 of 3, it's going to add another 15 kilograms of weight limit onto your capacity. So definitely go get that large pouch. Don't buy it. Or excuse me, definitely go get the simple large backpack from the swamp. Don't buy it. And then just buy the pouch. Unless somebody tells me that there is a free pouch somewhere that's a reliable location, you still have to buy the pouch. And then you can buy an upgraded bow if you want to, or you could buy upgraded arrows if you want to, upgraded tools if you ever wanted to buy those or whatever. And then head out and start doing what you need to do to advance yourself in Medieval Dynasty. But the fish trick, yes, the good old fish trick is absolutely great at making money. Because it used to be, when I first started playing the game, stone knives was where it was at. You could make stone knives and they would sell for 20 coins a piece. It was insane. It was totally broken. However, you had to go and collect those stones and those sticks to make those knives. But you can make, I don't know, before fast crafting, I think we were making about 2,000 coins, maybe a little bit more, just gathering sticks and stones through the night and then selling them the next day. I got videos about that, but this was in the valley. Then after fast crafting came out, then it went up, and you could easily make 3,000-4,000 coins with fast crafting on, just by making stones. And then you can go over to then you had to go over to the seamstress, whether on the north of the map or in Denica or whatever, and then buy your pouches. But you could buy your pouches, you could head over, you could buy a brand new bow. There was even a free bow on the map in the Hunter's Lodge, was the northwest portion of the map. Tutkey, that's what I'm trying to think of. So there's a bunch of ways to make money. Now, there's no real wrong way to make money. It's however you want to make it. But these are just a few little tips on how to do that in the beginning of the game. Alrighty, let me go back to my notes here. Let's see, we've covered the backpack. We've covered the fish trick. We have talked about the recruiting the villagers. Let's see. Let's go back. Let's go back to my other save. Let's go to the main menu. I'm not worried about saving this. Let's go to load game. We're going to load stream. It's probably going to be dark. Did I look in the starter house already? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Some items up in the attic, I believe. Is that correct, Catherine? Yeah, I didn't do that. And I don't know if I've collected those out of this game or not. Oh, look, I still haven't actually saved after sleeping. Oh my gosh. All right, sleep. There we go. Now, let's quickly save this since I keep forgetting to do that. There we go. Now, it's going to be daytime if I reload again. Put the torch away. Yeah, that's... Okay, let's do that. Let's do that real quick since we're talking about that. We're going to load the game. Nope, not save game. Load game. Let's go into here. This was that one. And we're going to go to solo. I know we literally just went through a load screen. But since Catherine brought that up, I can try and show you. I believe it's stuff in the attic of the starter house. BA, your village was started with from stone knives. Yeah, a lot of people have their villages, especially from the valley maps, were started from stone knives. All right, so we are here. Here's the starter house, and I believe we can jump up here. And can I get up there? Oh, yes. In the attic. Let me get out of third person there. There's your bronze axe. Now it only has 17% left on it, but you can get you a bronze axe. Is there anything over here? There's a box here. Olive oil. Oh, well, isn't that kind of cool? Olive oil. There's all kind of potions in their box and stuff. The olive oil, though, what does that do? Oh, it's a gift. 750. Look at there. More coins. Now, I knew that there was stuff up here. I never really came and actually checked it out. I kept forgetting about it. That's good. You got a little bronze axe. You got a little box of stuff. Man, can we build these boxes? That would be so awesome. Build a little box like that, and then you can have it, you know, it would maybe be able to put it on your horse or Miss Donkey as like a side compartment or something. And then you could store extra potions or something in it. Man, that would be awesome if we could do that. If we could build something like that. Or like a travel trunk. Wagons. Hint, hint, wagons. Oh, I'm stuck now. Okay. Well, if you're stuck, there's a button for that as well. So if you go into your menu options, there is Unstuck. You click Unstuck and it's going to put you very close to where you were at, but you can see it drop me down onto the floor. That's awesome though. The little olive oil. That's a nice find. Appreciate you bringing that up, Catherine. I knew that was up there, but again, it's one of those things I keep forgetting about. One other thing, since we're talking about finding items. Now, keep in mind, what I'm fixing to show you is going to be considered stealing if somebody sees you do it. Matter of fact, I'll get out of here. There's nobody in the house with me. So you can see that says rob in red. That's technically stealing, and you're going to get dinged for it if somebody sees you do it. If somebody sees you open this chest, you're going to get dinged when you open the chest. But you can see over in the top left of the screen, nothing popped up telling me nobody saw me. So you can actually take the items out of this chest in this house. And the amber figurine is 750. The cherry wine's 250. Now, granted, remember, you get half these values unless you have the barter 3 of 3. Or any of 3, I should say. 1, 2, or 3. The dried figs, there's 500 coins. The jewelry box is 1,000. You're going to get 500 coins when you sell that. The perfume, and of course the wool fabric. You can take all of that stuff, and again, more coins that you can have. Now, again, this is stealing. So I know there's people that they're like, nope, that's cheating. I don't want to do that. Then don't do it. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just letting you know it's here. You can do it if you want to, if you need the money. I don't remember if I actually took those out of my season 1 or not, but they're there. And you can, if you want, you can check all the houses here, but keep in mind, anytime that the text is in red, that's considered stealing, and they're going to ding you of reputation. And it'll vary. It's not a set reputation loss. It can vary quite drastically. So be very careful if you plan on stealing items. Alrighty, now my chat window keeps getting covered up. Clicking the like button is as easy as selling bags and roasted fish meat. Leslie, you're absolutely right. Thank you very much. If you folks are liking this stream, definitely hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, click that button while you're there too. I greatly appreciate it. If you guys are interested in following me on Twitter, joining my Discord, I'm also on Reddit. Those links are all in the description of the stream. They're also in the description of every video that I've got, which I have many, I believe close to 400 videos on YouTube, but they're all in the description of those videos. Alrighty, now let's see what is next. I think we were headed back to, where's it at? This one. Solo, start game. Okay, we're gonna go through another load screen. The stuff I'm showing you now is going to just, because I need materials for some of this next stuff, and I have materials on this other save. Yeah, the cart has been asked for a long time. Now, they have carts in the game because you'll find busted carts in random loot locations. You can see carts in villages, but they're all stationary. You don't see anybody pulling a cart. I do hope that they add that ability. Now, for the cart, because there's the only real distinction between the donkey and the horse is the speed. So the horse is faster. I would love to see the ability to add a cart to the donkey, because that's kind of what the donkey's design is. Their body build and everything is for, pulling heavy things slowly, but pulling them. So I think it would be really neat to have a cart that you can attach to the donkey and park her outside the mine, and then you can go and mine and load up the cart. It'll, let's say it would add, I don't know, 50 or 100 kilograms of weight limit to the donkey. Now, granted, you would probably, let's say, move at half the speed or something like that. But I would love that idea to have a cart, to have that function in the game. I think it would be absolutely a great thing to have. Now, carts have been asked for a long, long time, but we don't quite have them yet. But I would love, to be able to craft it. And then from that, they could later on down the road allow you to modify the cart just like you modify buildings and upgrade buildings. So you could, maybe you start out with a wooden cart and then you're able to upgrade it or whatever to where it has metal bands so the wheels don't break as often, because we have wheels in the game, but they're decoration. That's it. So there's some of that stuff that I really would like them to implement. So we can all hope for sure. Let's see here. Looking at my notes here. Alrighty, so when you're recruiting villagers, you want to make sure, so you want to open your management screen. I did this with N on the keyboard, the letter N. Right up here, you can see these little 5 icons, the little people, the house, the field, the animals, and then this one with the little water droplet, the apple, and the logs. You want to click this. Now, this is your people's demand control. This is going to be where you turn on or off your villagers' ability to use or consume certain things. Now, you can change, if you click the food items, it gives you a drop down of all the different foods and everything, and you can turn this stuff on or off whether you want your villagers to use it. Obviously, if it has a green check, your villagers have access to it. If it's available, they can use it, eat it, consume it, whatever. If you check it, they won't touch it ever. So this is a really good thing to use to keep villagers from utilizing or consuming items you don't want them to consume or only want them to consume. So what you definitely want to do, first thing before you turn anything else on or off, you want to go down to wood items. And you want to check off, cross out sticks, logs, and planks. This way, your villagers will only use firewood to heat their homes. Because for new players, and I've seen this with almost every new player that has joined the game that did not know this. You join the game, you're building up your stock, you're getting your buildings built, you're using a lot of sticks in the beginning of the game because people don't know how to change the materials for the side of the house or whatever. So you're utilizing a lot of sticks and logs and whatever, or you've picked up planks on the side of the road and you're like, man, I'm gonna take these back to my village. I gotta have like 24 of them for my first house. I'm gonna collect these. I'll just save them, and once I get 24, I'll use them. And then you're gonna come back and you're like, okay, well, I remember I had those planks, or I had a bunch of sticks or whatever, and you go into your resource storage to gather those items to build your next house or to upgrade your roof, and you're like, where did my planks go? Where did all my sticks go? I've got my lumberjacks collecting logs, and there's no logs to be found. Well, go into your people's demand control here, under management, people's demand control, click wood, check only firewood, turn everything else off. This will require your villagers to use only firewood to heat their homes. They will not use sticks, they will not use logs, they will not use your planks. That way you have your resources when you need them. Then, if you run out of firewood, you want to make sure that you go into your, where's that? The settings, I think it is. Is that right? Hang on. I gotta locate it. User interface. Village status. Okay. Let's do that again. So you're going to go into your escape menu. You're going to go to settings. You're going to go to user interface. You want to make sure that village status is checked. Because I struggled with this. I'm sure a lot of you remember several videos. I'm like, how come I don't have these icons? Turn on villager status. Make sure that that is on. Accept changes. Go back into your game, and then you're going to see at the top of the screen, top left of the screen, I have a little diamond up there telling me that I don't have animal feed. But you're going to get little warnings up there, and it's going to tell you if you're out of water, if you're out of food, if you're out of firewood. That way you can go and you can make some more firewood with the materials that you got to keep them going. Otherwise, they're going to burn up all of your wood items, and you're not going to have anything, and you're not going to know it because you're not getting the warnings. So definitely make sure that your warnings are turned on. They're very helpful. Now, granted, that stays on my screen all the time because Miss Donkey doesn't have animal feed. Your animals do not need food unless you're breeding them. They will not breed if you don't give them food and you don't have a worker in that particular building. I don't have a worker in the donkey shed. I don't need one. Miss Donkey's the only one in the donkey shed, and I'm not breeding her, so I don't need to give her food. She's not going to die of hunger. She's not going to die of thirst. They just don't do that in this game. So the food is only, animal food is only required for breeding. Let's see. There we go. Wood consumption. Okay, yep, we just covered that. Hunting in the game. Now, I do have a video out for hunting. And when you're using your bow, your bow and arrows, and you're shooting animals, I don't remember if I've actually hunted my bison down here or not already. But you want to try to go for headshots because headshots will crit. So there is a crit in the game. It'll do double damage, but only with headshots. And it doesn't matter what ranged weapon you're using. It will always crit. So you always want to shoot them. And this is why when I do hunting, you see me try to get headshots. And this isn't a new thing. Almost any game to where you're shooting things, headshots will almost always do more damage. Here we go. 3 shots. It's down. Always do the headshot. If you're doing body shots, it can take double, triple, even quadruple the ammo to try and shoot a wisent or a bear in the butt to try to get it to go down. But I do have a video. It's in the description below. It's ranged weapon something hunting. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's talking about ranged weapons, and it covers all of the damage stuff for ranged weapons. Even what's good to use as a minimum weapon with the most damage for like taking down the wisent or the bear, the wolf. Those are going to be the ones that you really want to be concerned about and take your time if you can and get those headshots. But headshots crit, they do double damage. When a projectile sticks into an animal, it has a percentage to cause that animal to bleed. if the projectile bounces off the animal or falls out, it will no longer have that bleed effect. So just keep that in mind as well. So when you're shooting an animal and you see them kind of tick a little bit, that usually indicates that they have a bleed effect on them. But you can go to that video. Again, that video is in the description below the stream. So you can actually click on that video. You can go watch it and learn more about the range damage and weapons and stuff and the types of damage that are available in the game. Yes, Catherine, the update is supposed to be dropping this Thursday, the 27th. All right, now let's get into where to put items. So I see this a lot in the different chat forums and stuff, a lot of times on Facebook or whatever. I see people wanting to know where to put items. Oh my God, I am so dirty. Holy cow. They could probably smell me 2 counties over. Let's take a quick bath. Interesting that my little stink counter wasn't up yet. Oh, probably because I've got all of the stuff turned. I'm like super powered right now. But where to put items. So if we open our inventory and you're wanting to know, let's say, where to put the bucket of water. For the most part, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's going to go in the food storage. Okay. A full bucket of water is going to go in the food storage. Now, there is also in the description down here at the bottom, we've got food storage. It tells you where to put every item in the game. It's either going to go in the food storage or it's going to go in the resource storage. It's not going to indicate any other storage. Now, you're going to hear people tell you, yes, you can put items in the workplace storage and they will use it. Yes and no. They will use it. They will store things in those boxes at the workplace. Typically, when they store items in the workplace storage, it's because your resource storage is full and they have no place else to put it. They will pull from there if there is nothing else in the resource storage to pull from. But it can also be buggy. It's been that way for a long time. So the storages on buildings, I typically don't use them. I will go years in game without ever checking the storage on a workstation. And then one day I'll just randomly look and it'll be loaded with whatever, because multiple times or at some point my resource storage filled up and then I just built a new resource storage. So I increased my resource storage capacity and I had no reason to look in those boxes. But the Woodshed, I believe, is the only workplace storage that visually shows you that there's something in that box. So when this box starts filling up, you'll notice that this log pile gets bigger. But you'll notice I have stone in there. I put stone in this box to make it look like there is wood stacked up in the wood storage. So like they're working off of this stack visually. Doesn't do anything. Nobody's ever going to pull these stone out except me, because the lumberjack does not need stone to do his work. They don't make tools. They don't make stone tools. They don't need stone. But I can put stone in there. It doesn't stop me from doing it. And you can put different values of stone in there. So if I take this stone out, there's no more logs there. It's empty. But if I go and I put the full amount in, let's go here. What do we got? 500. Do I even have 500? I don't. Let's just put all that stone in there. It's almost 500. So we'll put the 490 kilograms of stone in there. Look at there. It's full. So that way you can actually have a nice visualization in your woodsheds to make it look like they've either got a ton of logs to go through or make it look like they've already gone through some logs or whatever. But I use stone to do that. That way they don't use the logs that are in here. I'm going to take some of these back out.
My uncle
There we go.
has been building his house for 10 years.
Perfect.
I wonder how much time it would take him to build
Alrighty.
a house like this.
Let's see. What's next on my list? Always wondered about those boxes. Yeah, I've seen a lot of back and forth with people saying, "Oh yeah, I just put my stuff in those boxes," and you can absolutely do that. Just keep in mind that it might be a little bit buggy sometimes, and you're putting stuff in for them to use, but they may not use it because they're trying to grab stuff out of the resource storage. The way I understand the game has been programmed is your villagers are going to try to pull items from the resource storage first. They're going to try and put items back into the resource storage first. If the resource storage is full, is the only time that they are going to try to put things back and put them into the workstation storage. The only time that they would try to pull things out of the workplace storage is if there are no items for them to pull out of the resource storage. But everything revolves around the resource storage. Now, like your food items, particularly the containers, so like the bucket, an empty bucket. Do I have any empty buckets in here? No, I don't. When this bucket has no more water in it, it's just going to say bucket. It's not going to say bucket of water. But a bucket will go in the resource storage because your villager, when they're done with that bucket and it still has condition left on it and it's empty, they're going to put it back in the resource storage. So that way your person that's working the well can pull that bucket from the resource storage, fill it, and then they're going to put it in the food storage because it is a bucket of water at that point. So always check your descriptions to know where to put things for your villagers to use it. Now, I've got this bucket of water highlighted. You can see that food storage is in red. I've opened the resource storage. You can see here at the top of the screen, it says resource storage. So it's telling me in a color-coded way that this is the wrong storage. So always keep an eye on the descriptions. So if I go over to the food storage, which is right across the road here, and I open that up and I go to this water bucket, you can see now the food storage is green because I've opened the right storage to put it in. So always check your descriptions. Fertilizer, see, it belongs in the resource storage. Your flaxseed, resource storage. Coin even tells you resource storage. Now granted, there is no weight for coin. You can have as many coin as you want on you at any given time. But if you're wanting to store it, or if you have the market stalls, your market stalls are going to make money. They're going to make coins. When they make those coins are going to go into the resource storage. So if you have market stalls and you're like, where's my coin going? Because it's not going in my pocket. You're right. It's not going in your pocket. Coins from the market stalls are going to go in the resource storage. And you can quickly sort those by clicking the bag. The bag will allow you, so if I put my coins in the resource storage, they're going to show up under this little pouch bag. So you can sort things easily as well. Remember to do that because it's going to help you find stuff rather than using the all inventory and then you're like, oh man, where did I put that one little item thing and I keep scrolling past it or whatever. Sort. If you're looking for materials, hit the little anvil thing, scroll down and go, oh look, there's my logs right there. You know, it makes it easy because it sorts out the stuff that you're not looking for. I want my coin on me. I don't like leaving my coin. I'll end up leaving my coin in the resource storage and then I'll end up going to town and I won't have any coin to buy anything. So I typically leave my coin on me. This also is a good way. Keep your coin on you, and then the coins that you make from your market stalls, you can monitor that more easily and realize, okay, this season I made X amount of coins from selling fish or meals or bags or whatever. You can figure that out a little bit easier, so you know how much money you're making each season from your resource storages, or even each day from your, not resource storages, from your market stalls. Just remember, your coins from the market stalls go in the resource storage. Lala, thank you. Yes, if you folks are liking this stream, definitely hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. Sorry, my throat is starting to get very dry. Matter of fact, we have a warning on the screen now. It looks like a production warning. So we can open up our management screen, go to the buildings, and you can see that we've got some type of warning on these buildings here. And it looks like it's going to be the Woodshed has no tools. So when you have these icons at the top left of the screen, a lot of times you're going to say, what does that mean? Well, the one with the little food sack and the animals, it's something related to the animals. It's usually food. The one with the anvil is usually some type of a production issue. So knowing that, I can hit in, I can open up my management screen, and I can see that I've got a few warnings here. Now the farming one is going to be the barn has an assignment, but no workers. So I don't worry about it, but I'm not getting a warning for it either because I don't have anybody in there. Production. You can see the sewing hut and the smithy. They both need assignments. So I don't have anybody working in there. There's no reason to have assignments, but I'm not getting warnings for them. So then I go up to extraction. I can see a little tool icon here is in red, which is telling me that they don't have a tool. You can even highlight that, and it says no tool right here in the top of the Woodshed 2 description. So they need an axe. I clearly don't have any because there's none in here. So we can actually go make an axe. I don't have to, but I will. We're going to pick up the bronze bars, go to the anvil, go to bronze tools, go to axe. I'll make multiple. Let's say we're going to make 7, 6, whatever that number was. And then you just go put them back in the resource storage. Or if you're like, man, where did that axe go again? Again, you open your inventory. You go to the bronze axe that you just produced. You look down there. Oh, okay, I got to put it in the resource storage. Okay, good deal. So then you run over to the resource storage, open your inventory, F, E, F to drop all of them in there. E selects all. So then they have all of their bronze axe in there. Close that, and then a few seconds later, that icon should go away. There it went. Boop, it's gone. We've solved that problem. So having those little icons on, having the village status turned on in your settings is definitely a good thing to have. So, now granted, I know that we're almost 2 hours into the stream, and I mentioned it earlier in the stream. For everybody, I'll mention it again. It's going to take a few hours after the stream ends, but I'm going to go back through the stream and I'm going to put timestamps for all of the stuff that I've talked about in the stream. That way, if you guys ever want to use this stream as a reference, you can come to the stream, you can go into the description and say, okay, I'm looking for, let's say, where do things go? Where do I put my bronze axe? You can find that in the description below, and you can click the timestamp. It'll take you right to that portion of the video. That way you don't have to watch a 2 or 3 hour video or stream to figure out the one item, the one tip that you were looking for. Alrighty, let's see. What else did I want to cover today? We covered the hunting. We just talked about items. Hang on here. I got to scroll my notes. Let's see. We talked about customizing your game. Talked about the fish trick, the location of the simple large backpack. We did that. Let's see, what else do I have here? Okay, so the house. So when on your houses, you can actually change the orientation of the house. So you can see all of the houses are in the same orientation. You can change that orientation. And let's do this. Let's see, I got my hammer here. Let's open it with Q. Let's go to buildings. Let's go to house. We'll just pick the simple little house here. Now, this is how typically we always put down our houses, and we're stuck with it. Even though we can change door locations, it's been a little funky in the past, but they have changed that now. We can actually rotate this and turn the house this direction. So you can see that the A-frame is towards us rather than away from us. So we'll turn it where the A-frame is towards us. We're going to place this down. We can finish the foundation there. Then, nope, I'm going to finish that. Once you get to this portion, you can see it says edit there on each wall section. What you want to do is you want to hit edit, and you want to change this into a wall, just like that. So now there is no door anywhere. Then you can come over to a different wall. So like we want the door on this side. We can hit edit. We can go to doors, and we can choose whatever door you want. You can choose all the way up to stone doors first day. You don't have to level anything. As long as you got the materials, you can build the stone door. But we're going to choose the wattle door. Boom, there's your door. Now you have your new door entrance, excuse me, on the side that you want it. So we've removed it from this side, and we've moved it over to here. Now, when you finish the building, finish this up real quick, then everything is going to be oriented inside according to where that door location was. Let's get that. I'm gonna go outside and finish the roof real quick. Oh, I don't have any straw on me. Dadgummit. All right, let me run and get some straw real quick so we can finish the roof. Actually, we'll do this. We're going to change the roof. Might as well just show you that too. That's part of the edit. So we'll hit edit, and you can see here thatch roof is what we're currently set at. We can change that to wooden roof or wooden tile roof. It just changes what materials you're using. So we'll go to the wooden roof right now. That's going to be 6 planks, 1 log. And we can change that. And I recommend, if you have the ability to change these on the first day, if you have the materials to change these on the first day, by all means do it. But chances are you're going to be stuck with the thatch roof with the straw on the log until you have the woodshed to where you can make planks, unless you're finding planks in the world. Oh, missed it. Come on, finish. There we go. All right, so the house is done. Of course, we don't have a window here because we didn't put a window there. We're going to walk in, and there's your orientation. You walk in, you still got your 2 beds. Your campfire storage is all adjusted. If we had left the door on this side, it would have been just like any of these other buildings. So the orientation of the beds and the storage and the campfire stay with the orientation of the door. That way you can turn your house, make it a little bit more narrow, and get houses closer together or whatever. You don't have to have the slope going towards the door. You can have the slope going away from the door. And then, of course, if you wanted to, you can destroy different sections. Just make sure that it says what section you're trying to destroy. So we want the wattle wall. Boom, we can destroy that. If we wanted to put a window here, we could do that. And then we go back into building. We go to edit. We go to window. We'll put a wooden window there. Bam, there we go. Now we've got a log wall with the window in it where our campfire is. I could edit that. I could change that to a stone wall. Boom, we got stone wall up there. Now, if you've been following my videos and my seasons and stuff, you know that I like to use multiple materials when I am building my houses. Matter of fact, you can see the houses in front of me. are multiple materials. I don't like keeping my houses all one material. I think it looks very dull, even though that might have been the way it was done for the time period. But I have the option to change all of that and do it how I like. So, as I've stressed before, play the game how you like, build how you like. If you like everything to be all uniform in one type, then do uniform in one type. I like to change things up. A lot of times I will do the wood door, stone walls, the second option roof, and then sometimes I'll do like thatch wall, the wattle wall in the gable ends or whatever. But turning the house is definitely nice as well. I like that. So notice that, maybe a couple months ago or something, I noticed somebody had mentioned that on Facebook, and I'm like, no way. So I hopped in the game and tried it, and I'm like, sure enough, absolutely. I'm like, I gotta share it. Let's see. Always puts the knives on RS for Hunter. Okay. Never had a problem with, oh, wait a minute. My part of my chat is cut off. Here we go. Mel Reaver. I've never had any problem with any NPCs getting tools they need from the resource storage. No, they should never have a problem getting anything they need as long as it's in the resource storage. The only time that there were ever problems in the past was people putting things in the workshop store, or the wood. What am I trying to think of? The workstation storage. That's what I'm trying to think of. Putting items for villagers to use in the workstation storages tends to be problematic. Not for everybody, but it's enough to where it's problematic. So make sure that you're checking your descriptions of where things go. It's going to make your life a lot easier. Catherine, I had a good storage build at the mine. I finished it in limestone. Went into it in no box. What? That sounds like a bug. Either that or there was something on the building you didn't finish building. Like there was a log or something that may have been missing. I don't know. But if the building was complete and you had no box, that's a bug. Definitely report that to the devs. Your hunters are lazy. You should fire them. Have they met their quota for the day? Do they have their tools that they need? I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why your villagers stand around, but it's usually because they either don't have a demand, they've met the demand, the storages are full, they don't have tools. There's an array of reasons why your villagers just stand around. Keep loads of knives in the hunting hut. Maybe try moving the knives to the resource storage. Because if you look at your knives, where's my knife on me? Do I have my knife on me? Yeah, my breathtaker is on me. Even the breathtaker, it being a specialty named item, it still says resource storage down here in the description. So try putting if you're having problems with your workers not doing something, maybe try moving the items from the workstation storage to the resource storage and see if that helps. Otherwise, it's going to be either your lack of materials, lack of tools, maybe you forgot to make an assignment for them. So they have a job, they just don't have any assignments. And making assignments, let's go into here for the hunting lodge. So if you're wanting to make assignments for your new villagers, you can go to the building itself, and then you click the little hammer with the circle and then set their assignments. And you can set it to whatever percentage intensity you want. It's going to tell you how many per day, that's in the parentheses, 1 day, how many they're going to make in a day. or how many they're going to produce in a day, or how much they're going to collect in a day. So make sure that you have their assignments. If they have assignments and they still aren't visibly working, then make sure that they're putting those things where they go. So like I'm supposed to be collecting leather. So then maybe, let's see, I'll go over here and I'll make a mental note of how much leather I have. Now granted, they're off work right now for me, so they're not going to work anymore. It's like, okay, I've got 473 leather. And then just let it go for 10 minutes and then come back and say, okay, do I still have 473 leather or did it go up? Also, make sure that if you're supplying said leather for another workstation, make sure that workstation's not backed up. So there's many reasons why your villagers are going to stop working. You just kind of have to go through the elimination process to figure out why they're not working. And then sometimes they're working, but it visually will show you they're sweeping the floor or standing against a wall or whatever. Sometimes they're still working. They're still producing items, or they're still collecting stuff, So just keep that in mind. Just maybe check the storages to make sure that your productions are actually going, your material volumes are going up if that's what they're collecting. Or if they're producing something, maybe make sure that they are still producing those items and stuff. Plenty of knives in both. I would say take the knives out of the hunting lodge and only have them in the resource storage, because having them in both places could be messing with it as well. If you're continuing to have problems, feel free to hit me up. I can try and help you work through it. It's just being on stream, it's going to take too much stream time to do so. But I'm more than happy to help people. You can hit me up in my Discord. You can hit me up on the Facebook. If you're on the Facebook pages or whatever, I'm a part of a couple of them. You can tag me in those to try and get some help. Just might take a little bit of time sometimes on Facebook. I don't check Facebook every day. I try to, but I don't always. Discord is probably the best place. My Discord is probably the best place to hit me up on questions like that. So if you're not on my Discord, the link is in the description below. You can click that. You're going to go through a little security check-in thing before you actually get into the full portion of Discord. But there is a Medieval Dynasty section. Let's make sure that we keep questions for Medieval Dynasty in that section. That way it doesn't clutter up some of the different channels and stuff in the Discord. Alrighty. Now, I think I am done with my list. If you have questions about how to do something, where something is, building, or anything like that, feel free to share those in the description or in the chat. I'm more than happy to take questions from anybody anytime I'm streaming. It doesn't matter. You feel free to drop questions in there anytime. But even after the stream, feel free to drop it in the comments. I may make a video or something on it later, but usually if you hit me up in the comments, whether it's on my videos, on my streams, Facebook, I'll try and help everybody that I can, if I can, at least get you going in the right direction. Alrighty, so we talked about the settings, the foliage, the brightness for the caves. Decorating. Let's talk about decorating. So, if you have food, let me see, can I sleep the next day? Let's make it daylight again. So if you're decorating with food, you don't want your food to rot at season change. And I believe the game is set, well, I don't know that sleeping helped now that it's all gloomy out and stuff. Okay, so pull out my torch. Let's get into first person. Let's put my hammer away, and we're going to use the top of this chest as an example. And if we want, do I even have food on me? Oh, I do. Okay, there we go. So we got a potage on me. So if I go and I drop a potage, I'll just drop it. Boom. And I want to leave that there. When my season changes, that bowl of pottage is going to turn to rot because I don't have the setting turned on for it not to. So you want to go into your settings, and I believe it is in game settings. And then you're going to scroll down to right here, just above apply after season change. Stop dropped items from spoiling. You're going to check that. And then you're going to accept changes. So then, if you have food laying out around your village, in the houses, in the kitchen, whatever, you've made some big long banquet tables and you've spent hours decorating it and stuff, make sure that you have that setting checked. Otherwise, you're going to have a season change and all of that food that you set out is going to turn to rot. I also recommend, before you start doing and leaving food out, make sure that you have a hard save. What that means is go into your your menu, go to save. So this is the save that I'm on right now, the one that's labeled stream. If you're going to go and make you a big banquet table, or you're going to do something that requires a lot of food or whatever, and I always recommend making a new hard save. So you can literally click to save, and you can, food decor or something. Oh, wow. I got cap locks on and all kinds of crap. But anyway, turn cap locks off. You can go food decor, name it whatever you want, but something to give you an idea. Okay, this is my save before I started placing the food. And then you click enter, and you've got that saved right there. Now you can continue going. Excuse me. And you can continue going and everything. And then it's like, okay, I'm going to save. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to come back. I'm going to get up the next morning. So then it's like, okay, just make sure that you continue saving your progress under your original save. Then when you place the food, you're going to have a breaking point to where you can go back and say, you know what? I placed that food. I season changed. It all turned to rot. Now you can go back and say, you know what? I'm glad that I saved an extra hard save. So I can go back and I can replace that food, and then I can save it properly. Make sure you have the settings done. So, gameplay settings, stop dropped items from spoiling. That way you don't ruin your, yes, keep the changes. That way you don't ruin your setup, whatever it is. Big banquet tables, you're building, using one of the buildings, turning it into a church, and you have offerings or whatever, all that good stuff. Which, you guys have been very creative in how you're utilizing existing buildings to make buildings that don't exist in the game. And I do hope that I would like to see them change the way buildings are built. I mean, I like the idea of having things, set. Like, okay, the house, that's it, that's set. Now, the houses cannot be upgraded. Like, you can't go from house 1 to house 2 to house 3. You have to tear that house down, put house 2 there, and build it. If you're going to go to house 3 and you want it right there, you got to tear house 2 down and build house 3 there. Now, workstations can be upgraded. Houses cannot. An upgrade meaning going from the level 1 to the level 2. So on the buildings, so like, I don't know that I have is this a level 1? Yeah, we just got the kitchen. So with the kitchen, let's go into production. Let's find the kitchen. So the kitchen 2, you can see that the kitchen is red, obviously, because I got stuff there, can't place it. But if I put it right on top of the existing kitchen 1, you can see the items are green. So you can upgrade the kitchen from kitchen 1 to kitchen 2. You just have to rebuild the walls and the ceiling or the roof and stuff. But the house, if we go down to here to this house and we want to upgrade the house, so this is the first house. Go to houses. So we want to upgrade from the simple small house to the simple house. That footprint's a lot bigger. You can't upgrade that small house, the original house, to the second house. You have to tear it down and place this house. Then, nope, get out of that. And then if you wanted to go to house 3, which is the big house, you got a different footprint. You can't just place it on top of the other house and upgrade it. It's the one building in the game that you can't upgrade that way. So just keep that in mind when you're building houses and stuff. If you're planning on going from this house to the next size house, you want to make sure to have enough space between the original house and other buildings. Now, if you're looking for, well, how much space do I need? I've got a video that, it's an old video, but it's still very relevant, that gives you building tips, and it shows you how to lay out stuff so you know how big your plot needs to be around that house or around that building for future planning. So you can already have an area that's designated for whatever you don't have. So let's say, oh, I want to plan on having the pigsty, let's say. But I don't have the pigsty yet, but I want to have an area set for it so I can build around it, and then I can just place the pigsty where I want it later. I have a video for that. And it's the my buildings tip video. You can find it again in my playlist for Medieval Dynasty tips and tricks. So again, I believe that is also in the description of the video if you want to see that as well. So feel free to go over and check out that playlist, the Medieval Dynasty tips and tricks playlist. There's a ton of tips over there that I've shared over the years, and I know some of the videos you may even see on there that I've got videos that are 2, maybe even 3 years old. They're still relevant. The information is still relevant, even though that they're an old video. So if you got questions or anything, feel free to leave them, whether it's in the comments, on Facebook, on my Discord, wherever. Just you can tag me, and I'll help out as best I can. But we are, what, 2 hours and 20 minutes into the stream. It's getting to be lunchtime for me. My throat's getting really sore. I'm starting to get congested again. So I'm sniffing a lot, and I don't like that. And I'm sure you guys don't like hearing me sniff. But we covered quite a bit of stuff today. And again, I will go through the stream after it's all done. I will put in the description. I'm going to put timestamps in the description, so that way you could use the stream as a reference. You can come back, click the timestamp for whatever it is that you're looking for, and go right to that section and learn the tips that you need to learn. Feel free to share any tips that you've got in the comments on my Discord, on Facebook, or whatever. That way the new people that are coming to the community with the console update, they'll have easy references. Now, a lot of you folks may already be part of the console community, but there's going to be new people that are coming in the next few days. They're going to start buying the game, and they're going to get that new Oxbow update, or they're just going to be new to the game and they're going to be asking a bunch of questions. Please share my videos with them. Send them to my channel. Send them to other content creators' channels if they've covered something that I don't cover. We got to spread the love. We got to keep everybody happy. We want everybody in the community to work together to continue making Medieval Dynasty the great game that it has always been and is going to still be. But I appreciate everybody joining me today. Let me get over here. I got buttons to click and I don't have them available. Again, I appreciate everybody joining me today. Thank you so much to everybody that gave super chats. Thank you to the new members and the folks that have subscribed. I appreciate all of that. And we will see you folks in the next one. You folks take care and happy hunting.